Hello everyone, and welcome. I'm excited to kick off our presentation today. Our topic is the nervous system, your body's control network. We'll explore how this incredible system helps us think, feel, and move. Over the next few slides, we'll cover its structure, functions, and how it keeps us functioning every day. So, let's get started and learn more about this fascinating part of our body. Let's take a closer look at some of the key components of the nervous system. First, we have neurotransmitters, which are the chemical messengers that carry signals across nerve cells, enabling communication throughout the body. Then, we have nerves, which act like the wires of this complex system, transmitting messages rapidly and efficiently. Moving on, the spinal cord functions as the information highway, connecting the brain to the rest of the body and facilitating quick responses. At the core, we find the brain itself, our command central, where all the processing, decision-making, and coordination happen. These parts all work together to form the main structure of the nervous system, which we'll explore in more detail as we go along. This foundation helps us understand how our bodies and minds stay connected and responsive at all times. Welcome to our discussion on the nervous system. Today, I'll introduce you to the fundamental concepts behind this complex and vital system. The nervous system is essentially the body's communication network, responsible for transmitting signals between different parts of the body and the brain. It controls everything from our basic reflexes to our highest cognitive functions. Understanding the nervous system is crucial because it underpins how we perceive the world, respond to stimuli, and maintain homeostasis. Throughout this presentation, we'll explore its components, how they work together, and why they are essential for our overall health and functioning. By the end of this section, you'll see how intricate yet incredibly organized this system is, serving as the foundation for all our actions and reactions. So, let's dive deeper into its structure and key functions. The nervous system is really fascinating because it's the body's fastest communication system. It works incredibly quickly, in just milliseconds, which is much faster than hormonal processes that take longer to have an effect. This rapid communication is essential for us to react instantly to our environment. It's responsible for controlling movement, whether we're walking, running, or even just reaching for something. It processes our senses, like seeing, hearing, and feeling, so we can interpret what's happening around us. It also regulates our organs, helping to keep everything functioning smoothly without us even thinking about it. Maintaining balance is another key role. It helps us stay upright and coordinated. When we sense danger, the nervous system kicks into gear, triggering responses that keep us safe. And it's not just about physical actions. It also coordinates our thoughts and emotions, making sure everything works together harmoniously. So, in essence, the nervous system is the communication backbone of our body, enabling us to respond quickly and effectively to the world around us. It's central to how we move, sense, and feel, really the core of our body's coordination and response system. Let's dive into understanding the nervous system and how it plays a crucial role in our body. Think of it as the control network that connects everything, much like a central communication hub. First, we'll explore how the brain and body communicate through nerve signals, which are essentially electrical messages that travel rapidly to coordinate actions. We'll also look into how these signals enable automatic functions, things like breathing, heartbeat, and digestion, that happen without us having to think about them. Remember, if cells are the body's building blocks, then the nervous system is what keeps all those blocks working together smoothly. Understanding this system helps us appreciate how our body maintains balance and responds to the world around us. Let's take a closer look at the main parts of the nervous system. This slide highlights the key components that work together to control and coordinate our body's functions. First, we have the central nervous system, or CNS, which includes the brain and spinal cord. Think of it as the body's command center, processing information and making decisions. Then, there's the peripheral nervous system, or PNS, which consists of all the nerves outside the CNS. These nerves act like messengers, carrying signals between the CNS and the rest of the body. Within the PNS, we find the somatic nervous system, responsible for voluntary actions like moving your arm, and the autonomic nervous system, which manages involuntary functions like heartbeat and digestion. Understanding these parts helps us see how the nervous system maintains homeostasis and allows us to respond to our environment effectively. The brain, which weighs about 1.3 to 1.4 kilograms, is truly a powerhouse. Despite its relatively small size, it consumes around 20% of the body's energy. Think of it as the command center of our body, controlling everything from our thoughts and emotions to our movements and vital functions. Now, connecting the brain to the rest of the body is the spinal cord. This crucial structure acts like an information highway, transmitting messages back and forth. It ensures that signals from the brain reach muscles and organs, and that sensory information from our body gets sent back to the brain for processing. Together, the brain and spinal cord form the central nervous system, or CNS. This system is fundamental because it coordinates all our activities and keeps everything running smoothly. Understanding this connection helps us appreciate how intricately our body's control center is wired and how critical it is for our everyday functioning. Nerves function like electrical cables, transmitting sensory, motor, and mixed signals between the body and the CNS. This means they carry important information that helps us feel, move, and respond to our environment. When I say sensory signals, I mean the messages that tell us what we're feeling, like temperature or pain. Motor signals, on the other hand, instruct our muscles to move. And some nerves carry both types of signals, which are called mixed nerves. Nerve function encompasses all nerves outside the brain and spinal cord, extending communication throughout the body. Think of the peripheral nervous system as the network that connects the central nervous system to everything else, our limbs, organs, and tissues. Now, when I mention the peripheral nervous system, or PNS, I'm talking about this extensive network that allows the brain and spinal cord to interact with the rest of the body. Understanding the PNS is crucial because it highlights how our body communicates internally, and it's essential for coordinating movement, sensation, and even reflexes. By grasping how nerves transmit signals, we get a clearer picture of how the nervous system keeps us functioning smoothly and how it integrates all parts of our body into a cohesive system. Let's explore the brain as the command central of our body. This incredible organ is responsible for controlling everything we do, from simple movements to complex thoughts. Think of it as the headquarters where all the decisions are made. It processes information from our senses, interprets what's happening around us, and then coordinates our responses. This is why understanding how the brain works is so vital. It's the control hub that keeps us functioning smoothly. Throughout this presentation, we'll see how this command center influences not just our physical actions, but also our emotions, memories, and even our identity. It truly is the most sophisticated control system we have. Let's talk about the brain functions. The brain is incredible because it facilitates thinking, learning, memory, and conscious movement. These processes are essential for our daily activities and decision-making. Without these functions, navigating everyday life would be much more challenging. Now, moving on to the cognitive processes. The brain also plays a vital role in regulating organ functions. It ensures that our bodily processes, like breathing, heart rate, and blood pressure, are all maintained properly. This regulation is primarily managed by the brainstem, which acts as a control center for these vital functions. Connecting all of this to the overall theme, understanding how the brain manages both complex mental activities and fundamental bodily functions highlights just how essential it is for our overall health and well-being. The brain truly is the command center that keeps us functioning smoothly every day. Now let's take a closer look at the major parts of the brain. First, the brainstem. This is a really critical area because it controls some of our most vital functions like breathing, heart rate, blood pressure, and even consciousness. Damage to the brainstem can be life-threatening, which highlights just how essential it is for our survival. Moving on, the cerebellum. This part of the brain is primarily responsible for balance, coordination, and precision. Think of it as the control center that helps us perform smooth and accurate motor skills. Without a properly functioning cerebellum, our physical control and coordination would be significantly impaired. Finally, the cerebrum. This is the largest part of the brain and handles our thinking, learning, and memory. It also governs conscious movement, meaning everything from walking to speaking involves the cerebrum. The diversity of functions here really underscores how central the cerebrum is to our overall mental and physical activity. Connecting all these points, understanding these major brain parts helps us appreciate how intricate and interconnected our brain's functions are. Each part has its unique role, but together, they work seamlessly to keep us alive, balanced, and mentally active. Let's explore the spinal cord, which really functions as the information highway of our nervous system. Think of it as the central communication trunk that connects the brain to the rest of the body. It's responsible for transmitting all the signals, whether it's moving your hand, feeling a hot surface, or even controlling your reflexes. The spinal cord is like a super busy data highway, carrying messages back and forth at incredible speeds. It's protected by the vertebral column, which acts as a sturdy shield, but it's also a delicate structure that requires careful protection. Understanding its role helps us appreciate how seamlessly our body and brain work together every day, making the nervous system such a marvel of biological engineering. Let's talk about message transmission and the vital connection between the brain and the body. The spinal cord acts as a communication highway, linking the brain to the rest of the body. This connection allows us to coordinate movement and process sensory information effectively. Think of it as a superhighway that carries messages very quickly, ensuring our bodily functions happen smoothly and efficiently. The spinal cord's main functions include transmitting motor commands from the brain to muscles and carrying sensory information from the body back to the brain. This seamless flow of information is crucial for everything from simple reflexes to complex actions. By understanding this connection, we see how the nervous system integrates all parts of our body, keeping us responsive and in control. It's truly a remarkable system that underpins our ability to move, feel, and interact with the world around us. Let's talk about protective reflexes. These are crucial for our safety because they allow our bodies to react quickly in urgent situations. For example, if you touch something hot, your body has a built-in response to protect you. This is called a reflex action. It works by triggering an immediate response that helps prevent injury. So, if you accidentally touch a hot surface, your hand will automatically pull away before you even consciously realize what's happening. This rapid reaction is a perfect example of how reflexes work through the spinal cord, bypassing the brain to give you that split-second response. Understanding these reflexes is key to appreciating how our nervous system keeps us safe, especially in situations where every millisecond counts. Nerves are often described as the communication wires of the body, and that's a really fitting analogy. Just like wires carry electrical signals to transmit information, nerves carry electrical impulses to communicate between the brain, spinal cord, and the rest of the body. This intricate system allows us to move, feel, and respond to our environment. Think of each nerve as a tiny wire, with specialized pathways designed for specific signals, whether it's telling a muscle to contract or sending sensory information back to the brain. The efficiency of this communication is crucial for our overall function and coordination. And when these nerves work properly, everything flows seamlessly. But if there's damage or disruption, like in nerve injuries or diseases, that communication can break down, leading to issues like numbness, weakness, or even pain. So, understanding nerves as communication wires helps us appreciate just how vital they are to every aspect of our bodily function, connecting the dots between the nervous system and our daily experiences. Mixed nerves perform both functions, illustrating just how versatile they really are. They enable us to send and receive signals simultaneously, which is essential for quick responses and coordinated actions. When we look at motor nerves, these are the ones carrying signals to our muscles, allowing us to move and respond to things happening around us. On the other hand, sensory nerves carry signals back to the brain, helping us process information from our environment. This continuous communication between sensory input and motor output is what keeps our body functioning smoothly. So, in essence, mixed nerves are the link that allows our body to sense, respond, and adapt, all part of the incredible system that keeps us active and aware. Let's talk about how nerve signals work. First, signal speed is really impressive. They travel very fast, which helps improve our overall response time. And it's important to remember that communication in the nervous system is essentially chemistry, with neurotransmitters playing a key role in making sure signals are effective. Now, regarding the nature of the signals, electrical signals move quickly along nerve fibers, enabling rapid transfer of information. On the other hand, chemical signals use neurotransmitters to relay messages, which also allows for precise and controlled communication. Both types of signals are crucial for our nervous system to function smoothly and efficiently, which ties into the bigger picture of how our body responds swiftly to stimuli. Now, let's turn our attention to neurotransmitters, which are essentially the chemical messengers of our nervous system. These tiny molecules play a crucial role in transmitting signals across neurons, enabling communication throughout our body. Think of them as the messengers that carry important information from one nerve cell to another. They influence a wide range of functions, from mood and sleep to learning and muscle movement. Without these chemical messengers working effectively, our nervous system couldn't coordinate all its complex tasks. This slide highlights just how vital neurotransmitters are in maintaining overall brain and body function, tying back to the theme of understanding the intricate workings of our nervous system. Let's talk about neurotransmitter impact and how it relates to intercell communication. Neurotransmitters are essentially the messengers that allow nerve cells to talk to each other. This communication is crucial because it helps to enhance the signals within our neuron networks, making sure that information flows smoothly throughout the brain and nervous system. When these chemicals are in balance, our brain functions optimally, supporting everything from mood to focus. However, if there's an imbalance, say too little or too much of certain neurotransmitters, it can affect our mood, our sleep patterns, and our ability to concentrate. That's why maintaining a proper balance of these chemicals is so important. It helps our body stay relaxed and functioning properly. Now, regarding the role of neurotransmitters, think of them as the key players in our brain's communication system. They help transmit signals across synapses, or the tiny gaps between nerve cells. This process is fundamental to everything from feeling happy to staying alert. When this system works well, it supports overall mental health and well-being, aligning perfectly with the overall theme of understanding how our brain functions and how to keep it healthy. Let's take a closer look at some of the key neurotransmitters that play vital roles in our brain function. First up is GABA, which encourages relaxation. This neurotransmitter is crucial because it helps reduce stress and anxiety, promoting a calm mental state. When GABA levels are balanced, it can really support our overall sense of well-being. Next, we have norepinephrine. Think of this as the alertness booster. It's what keeps us awake and attentive. Norepinephrine is essential for quick reactions and staying focused, especially in situations that demand immediate attention. It's a key player in our fight-or-flight response as well. Then there's serotonin, often called the mood stabilizer. It regulates how we feel emotionally and helps promote feelings of calm and relaxation. Proper serotonin levels are linked to a healthy emotional state, making it a critical neurotransmitter for mental health. Moving on to acetylcholine, which is vital for memory and muscle activation. It's necessary for motor functions, think of movements, and also plays a role in learning and cognition. Without it, our ability to remember and coordinate movements would be impaired. Finally, we have dopamine, which is all about motivation and focus. It drives us to pursue goals and stay attentive. When dopamine levels are balanced, we tend to be more productive and engaged in what we're doing. Connecting all of this to our overall theme, understanding these neurotransmitters helps us grasp how our brain regulates mood, alertness, and motivation. elements that are fundamental to our mental health and daily performance. Now, let's take a closer look at the automatic nervous system, or ANS for short. This part of our nervous system is responsible for regulating many of the involuntary functions in our body. Think of it as the control center that keeps things running smoothly without us having to think about it. It manages processes like heart rate, digestion, respiration, and even blood pressure. The ANS is crucial because it helps maintain homeostasis, which is essentially the body's internal balance. Understanding how the ANS works gives us insight into how our bodies respond automatically to different situations, ensuring our survival and well-being. This ties into the overall theme of how our nervous system is intricately designed to support our daily functions seamlessly. Now, let's look at the sympathetic system. This part of our nervous system plays a crucial role in how we respond to stress and danger. When it's activated, it increases our heart rate and raises our blood pressure, which helps deliver more oxygen and nutrients to our muscles quickly. It also releases energy stores, preparing us to take action. This response is vital during times of danger or stress because it prepares us to face or escape the threat. We often refer to this as the fight or flight response. This system essentially heightens our senses and triggers instant reactions, making us more alert and ready to survive. It's fascinating how this mechanism kicks in automatically to keep us safe. Throughout this presentation, we've seen how the sympathetic system is central to our body's ability to react swiftly in critical moments, reinforcing its importance in our overall stress response. Let's talk about the importance of rest and repair. When we allow ourselves to rest, it actually slows down our heart rate, which is a sign that our body is in a state of recovery. Rest also improves digestion, helping our body process nutrients more efficiently. And importantly, it supports healing, whether that's recovering from an injury or just restoring our energy levels. These processes highlight just how essential rest is for maintaining our overall physical well-being. Now, moving on to health balance. Our health really depends on finding the right equilibrium between different states, specifically the fight or flight response versus rest and renewal. When these systems are balanced, our body functions in a systemic equilibrium, allowing us to thrive rather than just survive. And this brings us to the role of the parasympathetic system. This part of our nervous system is key to activating those rest and repair processes. It helps slow the heart rate, promote digestion, and support healing. Understanding how these systems work together reinforces the overall theme that maintaining a healthy balance in our nervous system is fundamental to our well-being. Let's take a closer look at how nutrients impact the nervous system. As we've discussed throughout this presentation, a well-nourished body supports overall health, and the nervous system is no exception. Nutrients like vitamins, minerals, and fatty acids play critical roles in maintaining nerve function and protecting neural tissues. For example, B vitamins are essential for nerve signaling and energy production, while omega-3 fatty acids contribute to the integrity of nerve cell membranes. Deficiencies in these nutrients can lead to issues like nerve damage, cognitive decline, or neurological disorders. It's important to recognize that proper nutrition not only supports the structure of the nervous system, but also influences neurotransmitter synthesis and communication between neurons. This connection underscores how integral diet is to mental clarity, mood regulation, and overall neurological health. So, as we see, nourishing ourselves with the right nutrients is fundamental to maintaining a healthy, functioning nervous system. It ties back to our overall theme of the importance of a balanced diet for optimal health and well-being. Now, let's take a look at some of the essential nutrients that are crucial for optimal system function. B vitamins, magnesium, sodium, and potassium play a key role in boosting signals within the system, ensuring that everything runs smoothly and efficiently. These nutrients are fundamental because they help maintain proper communication between different parts of the system, kind of like how good wiring keeps a network running seamlessly. Moving on to supporting nutrients, we have glucose and oxygen. Think of glucose as the fuel that powers the system, providing the energy needed for all the processes to occur. Oxygen, on the other hand, is vital for supporting these activities, especially when it comes to sustenance and communication across the network. Without these, the system wouldn't be able to operate effectively or sustain itself over time. Finally, regarding energy sources, it's all about ensuring that the system has what it needs to keep functioning at its best. Without the right nutrients and energy inputs, the system's signals could become weak or disrupted, which ties back to our overall theme of maintaining a healthy, well-functioning network. So, in essence, these nutrients and energy sources work together to keep our system robust and responsive. Let's talk about some of the key causes behind deficiencies in network performance. First, anxiety can play a significant role. When someone feels anxious, it actually reduces the efficiency of their neural network, making it harder to focus and process information effectively. This poor focus then limits overall cognitive performance, which impacts decision-making and responsiveness. Moving on, there are other issues that can further hinder network capabilities. For example, weak signals can lead to reduced efficacy and responsiveness. When the signals are faint or unreliable, the system can't operate at its full potential. Additionally, fatigue compounds these problems by further draining the network's capacity, making it even more difficult to perform well under stress or demanding conditions. Overall, these factors, anxiety, weak signals, and fatigue, highlight how sensitive our cognitive networks are to both internal and external influences. Addressing these issues is crucial for improving overall performance and resilience. Let's take a closer look at brain and organ communication. As we know, our bodies are incredibly complex systems, and a key part of that complexity is how different organs and the brain communicate with each other. This communication is essential for maintaining homeostasis and responding to various stimuli. The brain acts as the control center, sending signals through the nervous system to coordinate functions across the body. At the same time, organs send feedback to the brain, informing it about their status and needs. This bidirectional communication ensures that our body's systems work seamlessly together. Understanding this interaction highlights the importance of the nervous system in overall health and helps us appreciate how disruptions can lead to issues like stress or disease. So, in essence, the brain and organs are constantly talking to each other, maintaining harmony and keeping us functioning optimally. Let's take a closer look at organ interconnectivity. This connection is often referred to as the brain-body axis, and it plays a crucial role in ensuring that our body functions operate in sync. When this axis works well, it supports robust overall well-being. Now, the brain communicates directly with our organs through this axis. Think of it as a command center that sends signals to control and coordinate internal functions, maintaining balance and proper operation. This brings us to bodily regulations. These are the mechanisms that keep everything in harmony. The brain constantly monitors and adjusts how organs respond, ensuring that our internal environment remains stable despite external changes. Understanding this interconnectedness highlights the importance of maintaining a healthy brain-body relationship, which is fundamental to overall health and resilience. It's a key piece of the bigger picture in how our bodies stay balanced and thrive. Let's talk about how the brain communicates with different systems in our body. First, there's the immune system. It plays a crucial role in keeping us healthy by balancing inflammation. This balance is essential because it helps protect us from illnesses while also supporting internal repair processes. So, when inflammation is well regulated, our body can effectively defend itself and heal when needed. Next, we have organ communication. The brain constantly interacts with various organs to maintain overall health and homeostasis. For example, it communicates with the heart to regulate heart rate, which is vital for controlling blood flow and vascular health. It also interacts with the lungs to manage breathing, ensuring we get enough oxygen. And of course, the brain coordinates with the gut to oversee digestion and nutrient absorption. Connecting all these points, you can see how the brain acts as the central hub, orchestrating different systems seamlessly. This integrated communication is fundamental to our health and well-being, especially as we explore how our mind and body are interconnected in this presentation. Let's now wrap up with some key takeaways and conclusions. Throughout this presentation, we've explored the main concepts and how they connect to the overall theme. The most important point to remember is that understanding these fundamentals is crucial for making informed decisions and driving success. We've seen how each component builds on the previous ones, creating a comprehensive picture. So, as we move forward, I encourage you to apply these insights practically, keeping the core principles in mind. This will help ensure you achieve the best possible outcomes. Organ coordination is absolutely essential for our bodies to function properly. Without it, organs can't work together, and as a result, the signaling that keeps life going simply can't continue with its integrated functions. Think of it like a team effort. Each organ needs to be in sync with the others to keep us alive and healthy. Now, connecting this to the overall theme of our presentation, the nervous system plays a crucial role here. It acts as the body's electrical communication network, allowing us to think, move, react, and survive. This electrical signaling is what enables all these complex processes to happen seamlessly. So, understanding the nervous system's role helps us see how vital coordination is for maintaining life as a whole. Health thrives on maintaining a delicate balance between our fight or flight response and the rest and renewal processes. When these systems are in harmony, our overall systemic equilibrium is supported, promoting better health and resilience. It's essential to recognize that our body's ability to adapt and recover depends on this balance. By nurturing this equilibrium, we help our nervous system function optimally, which is fundamental for both physical and mental well-being. So, focusing on ways to support this balance is key to living a healthier, more vibrant life. Thank you for listening. I hope this presentation has given you a clear understanding of the key concepts we've discussed. Remember, the main ideas are about how effective communication, strategic planning, and continuous improvement work together to drive success. These points connect to the overall theme of growth and adaptability in today's dynamic environment. I appreciate your attention and engagement throughout. Thank you once again for being part of this session.